Sakura wasn't happy about that. Shiro, the ladies' man, was just like, "It's your house too, Sakura. I think about you as well." And then she's like, then Shiro's like, "Well, I guess I'd have to stay over at Reen's place." So, it's after school. While the bell is ringing to send the students home, I pack my bag along with everyone else. I should head straight back to Saber. Because Saber is waiting at home. Gotta talk to Saber. There are students scattered in the hallway. There are different kinds of students. Some going to their club activities, some staying behind to kill the time, and one 10 meters away charging at me with an angry face. I think there's something strange mixed into that expression, so I turn and head to the stairs quickly. Oh yeah, I suddenly remember, but I was told something this morning. But now I'll go through with pretending that I forgot. No, I won't be able to explain if I do that. So let's say I didn't hear it, or something. Tosaka is angry. Hold on there! You're quite brave, running away after seeing someone's face. I'm caught, as I expected. Well, even if I do go home, there's nowhere to run. It seems there'll be less damage if I'm caught here, so I stop. I turn around slowly. Oh, she's not happy. Backgrounds look really good, by the way. Yeah, she's pissed. She's so angry you'd never think she's the school's #1 honor student. Hey, what a coincidence, Tosaka. If you're going home, do you want to go home together? We're heading to the same... Oh no. That was like a machine gun. What was that? You gotta give that. That's gonna be the thumbnail for sure. Has to be. It's great. Not let's go home, you baka. Do you understand the situation you're in? I was going to warn you, so why didn't you come to the rooftop? This threatening attitude. It seems she won't listen to any excuses, but I bet she won't calm down unless I make some excuses. Sorry, I was with Sakura during lunch, so I couldn't go to the rooftop. She didn't seem to calm, so I tell her honestly. And then, Tosaka looks at me in blank amazement, as if she's seen a ghost. With Sakura? You mean, talking about me staying at your place? Yeah, it was unclear this morning, so I had her approve of your stay. I see. Well, it can't be helped in that case. Tosaka quickly gets rid of her anger, and for some reason... Alright. God. I'll forget about what happened during lunch. Sorry I made you worry about Sakura. And she apologizes with a gentle expression. No, there's no need for you to apologize, but... what was it you called me to the rooftop for? It was something important, right? Yeah. I called you because I had something to tell you as a master. I wanted to warn you to be careful since there's a boundary field set up at the school. Huh? Hold on. Boundary field? You mean, at this school? Yeah. It seems you haven't noticed, but there's a troublesome one set here. The sign is constructed in a wide range, so once it's activated, it'll pretty much encircle the whole school. This boundary field is the type that seals blood and meat from the humans inside. It's still in the preparation phase, but haven't you noticed everyone's kind of listless? Come to think of it, I felt a bit strange on Saturday, but what was that? But was that it? Then that must mean... So, there's a master at this school. Right. There's certainly an enemy lurking here. Do you understand, Emiya-kun? I don't think he'll attack us at school, but I want to tell you to be on alert, so you'd be ready even if you're attacked. My React's feelings go tense. No wonder Tosaka got so angry. I don't even know about it and spent the day peacefully. Sorry, I was at fault at lunch, Tosaka. Well, Saber entrusted you to me, so if it had been a stupid reason, I would have cast geese on you. But I'll let it pass this time. Nothing happened today, even if it's just how things turned out. All's well that ends well, huh? I feel a bit better if she says so. So, do you know who the master that set this boundary field is, Tosaka? Is it someone from this school? No, I don't know that yet. I don't feel any Magus-like presence here other than me, so it must be an outsider. But there are cases when an amateur like you becomes a master, right? So I can't be sure. Well, it's most likely that it's the doing of someone from the school. It needs to be someone that wouldn't look suspicious here, since they had to set up a boundary field at school. Someone who wouldn't be seen as suspicious, even on school grounds. Student or teacher, either way, a master other than ourselves is lurking here. That's not the only problem. Shiro, once this battery field is finished and activated, it will melt every human in it and absorb them. It's like we're in the stomach of something alive. Well, it shouldn't have any effect on people like us to protect ourselves from magical energy, but those without magical energy will weaken and die without knowing why. It's not just a matter of dragging ordinary people into this mess. Once the boundary field is activated, everyone in this school will die. Do you understand? A master at this school is absurd enough to prepare something like this. My vision blurs for a bit, trying to comprehend what Tosaka is saying. I take a deep breath. That's it. Even though my understanding is incomplete, I imagine the worst possibility and engrave that image inside me, accepting the situation I am in. I get it. So, Tosaka, can you destroy that boundary field? I tried, but it was useless. I found all the sources for the boundary field, but I can't destroy it. All I can do is to weaken the source temporarily and delay the activation. Delay the activation? So the boundary field will not be activated as long as you're here? That'd be nice, but that's only optimism. The boundary field is already set up and the magical energy for activation is gathering bit by bit. According to Archer, it should be ready in about 8 days. When that happens, the school will fall into hell as soon as the master or the servant puts their mind in it. Then before that happens, we have to defeat the master lurking at this school. But fighting the master will be difficult. The guy pretty much won as soon as he set up the boundary field. The boundary field will be activated even if he does nothing, so we won't disappear until then. So, if there is a chance, it'll only be when he emerges. Exactly. So you should stay quiet for now. You will have to fight when the time comes, so it's just stupid for you to go out searching and have the enemy find you before that. I get it. I can't forgive a guy who would set up a boundary field, but it might have the opposite effect if I just go randomly searching now, since I don't know the master's identity. That's all. I've got everything I can do. I've done everything I can to deal with the boundary field today, so the rest comes tomorrow. There's nothing left to do in the building now, so you go home ahead. I'm fine with that, but what are you going to do? Don't worry about me. You're making Saber wait, so she'll get mad if you don't hurry. Jeez. That's right. Saber was against me going to school, so I had her approve of my independent action on the condition that I go home before the sun goes down. Then, I'll see you later. Go straight home. Maybe she has something to do with the gym as Tosaka heads to the back of the school. I see her off for a while and leave the school building after that. La-ti-da-ti-da. The gate is still locked. Oh yeah, it's been a while since I came home this early. I usually help someone out or go to work, so it's rare for me to come straight home. Usually, the gate would open and Sakura would be preparing dinner inside when I get home. Maybe I've grown so accustomed to it after a year that I forgot how important it was. I realize how grateful I am for Sakura, just by the simple action of opening a locked gate. It's nice background art. I'm home! I call out and step into the hallway. As I try to enter the living room, the blonde-haired girl appears. You are back, Master. Girl looks straight at me. For a moment, all sense of reality crumbles on me. Shiro, did you not just return home? Perhaps the surprise transferred to the girl, as she says this with a bit of surprise. She calls my name in a quiet voice. That finally returns my sense of reality. Oh, it's Saber, right? Sorry, it was so sudden. I was surprised. Just for an instant, I mistook her for a normal girl. I was on standby here as Master ordered, but I was wrong? No, I was misunderstanding, so don't worry about it. Anyway, how are you feeling? You said you'd be sleeping frequently, so, there is no problem with staying awake. No, it is better to sleep No, it is better to sleep except at times of battle. That would cause my senses to dull. I should move around periodically or my body will slow when I will need it the most. I see. You're right now that you mention it. Humans get headaches from sleeping too much, and it's not like you're sleeping because you're sleepy. Yeah, there's no fatigue to require sleep. But Shiro, do you get a headache when you sleep too much? Of course. Usually you'll get sick if you sleep for half a day. In my case, I'll wake up from the headache, so I won't be able to sleep for half a day. That is a strange story. It does not happen to me. I can't sleep as much as I want now. And in the past... Huh? I think that's wrong for a living thing, Saber. It's a waste to sleep all day. It's more fun to wake up and play when you're not sleepy. You are right. Less time is wasted that way. Right. You're like that now because of me? You're like that now because of me, but go back to your normal cycle when your bond with me ends. But you're like that now because of me, but go back to your normal... What? It's not for me to say, but if this becomes a habit and you sleep all day, people might think of you as lazy. It may be too late. People might have thought so of me already. She creases her brow and ponders. It was just light-hearted, but it seems like Saber doesn't get normal jokes. I'll apologize, you goof. We move into the living room. It seems Saber wants to know what happened today, so I decided to tell her about the boundary field at school that Tosaka told me about. I see. That master must be planning to use the people gathered at the school as a sacrifice. Frankly, yes. Tosaka said it should take more time, though. I feel the same way. It will take time to construct such a large-scale boundary field. The school is a building that can be easily locked up, so it must be an altar chosen as a temple. To completely activate a boundary field of that scale, at least 10 days are needed. My cat's looking at me. 10 days. I felt something strange 2 days ago on Saturday, so that means we still have about 8 more days. That's the same as Tosaka's estimate. Yes, it does not matter if that boundary field is to gather sacrifices or to solidify the defenses, as it will be a problem if we allow it to be completed. I hope we will be able to find the master that created this boundary field before that. What are you doing, kitty? Yeah, Tosaka said it would be difficult, but he should be easy to identify since the master will be lurking at school. Let's find him somehow and stop the boundary field. The instant they think of setting up a boundary field at school, they must be someone associated with the school, a student or a teacher. I'll try to search the school as thoroughly as possible during lunch from tomorrow on and try to find anyone suspicious. And yeah, the problem of which servant that master has. Well, that'll only be clear when I actually encounter it. Then I should think about a servant I have already encountered. Saber is awake right now, so this would be a good time to ask. Alright then. About Lancer, about Archer, about Berserker. Well, we have encountered Berserker. We already know he's pretty strong. About Archer, about Lancer. So, I'm trying to think. What would Shiro ask in this situation to Saber? I guess Lance. We don't know a lot about Archer, though. Crap. I don't know. It's either Lancer or Archer, because we know quite a bit about Berserker. Let's try to ask about Archer. That guy. I'll ask about Tosaka's servant, Archer. Saber beat him with one blow, but that was a surprise attack, and his strength is unknown. Hey, Saber. About Archer, have you noticed anything about him? Archer. No, I know no more than you do. It seems I am superior in simple battle, but I have not experienced his abilities, nor his noble phantasm. He is not one to look lightly upon just because we have defeated him once. I see. Well, it really was only an instant. And well, back then, when Saber attacked him, there was something strange about that moment. I guess you could say it was a surprise attack that wasn't. I think that Red Knight sensed Saber's presence beforehand, but he froze when he saw Saber and couldn't react to Saber's attack. Hey Saber, do you think he knows you? I feel that he took your blow that time because he was surprised by you yourself and not by the attack. I see. This is understandable. As he is an archer, it is only natural for him to be inferior to me in hand-to-hand combat. But still, he was too weak at that time. I was guessing that he was not able to use his power due to some external factor. Right. And I've seen him fight Lancer. Archer didn't go on the offense, but his defense was out of this world. For him to take your first blow, I can only assume there was something wrong with him. Does that mean he went easy on me? She must be angry at him for going easy on her rather than at being able to beat him easily as she glares at an enemy who isn't here. Fine. After our collaboration with Reen is over, I will make him regret insulting me. Well, I don't think he went easy on you on purpose, so I don't think there's any reason to hold a grudge. I find myself defending Archer. Are you saying you can forgive Archer's act? No. It rather seems like you're protecting him. I think it is unlikely, but would you have preferred Archer as your servant? No way! Frankly, I dislike him. I've never talked to him, but I could instinctively tell when I saw him from a distance that I wouldn't get along with him. That is good, but it was needless worry. I'm relieved, Shiro. Guess I'm the one that's surprised, but why are you relieved by such a thing? Is it that good for me to dislike Archer? You are right. It is certainly strange. Oh, it is probably because of our compatibility. I am a servant that specializes in hand-to-hand combat, and Archer specializes in ranged combat. If you were compatible with Archer, that would mean you were not compatible with me. If that was the case, we could not fully utilize our powers. Saber nods, concluding that it must be why she is relieved. I see, I guess that's how it works. Anyways, there's no information on Archer. We still don't know which hero he is, nor what kind of noble phantasm he has. Well, darn. Then about one of the others. Hold on, Shiro. Someone has entered the gate of this place. Huh. You can sense such a thing? What? It's this time already? Crap, Sakura's probably back. I quickly stand up. I hear the sound of the doorbell from the entrance. Excuse me. I can hear Sakura's voice. Saber, I'm sorry, but I know. I will return to my room, so please do not be concerned about me. Saber leaves for her room, and in her place... I'm home. Well done. You came home early like I asked you to. Tosaka is holding a grocery bag and... Excuse me, senpai. It's rare for you to be home this early. Sakura comes in, smiling happily.